hit it. Gosh, I hope all this stuff was set. Oh, that's an interesting format. Oh, okay.
Hello, hello. Okay.
Good. All right, that was a sound check then. Let's see. So, gosh, we got a few fun things to go over tonight. Some fun stuff to talk about.
Hi, Charlie. Hi, Neil. Hi, Kevin.
Very cool. Oh, look, I got glasses.
Oh, look.
How thrilling is that? I should clean them.
I'm practically frozen.
Yeah, it's like so cold here. So very, very cold. I actually wore pants
He
today.
did.
If anybody like,
So now we know the temperature in which Dave wears pants is 7 degrees.
only if I have to be outside in it. Yeah.
Mr. Lowe's on here.
DW.
Is that Echo Lion?
Eco Lion.
Eco
Yeah.
Lion.
Hey, buddy.
Red
How are you
Mist.
doing? Thank you for joining tonight. Got some fun stuff to talk about tonight.
Well, I guess they're getting it in Pennsylvania tomorrow and all weekend.
Oh. Yeah. I know.
Looks
I
pretty
have to
gnarly up
avoid
there.
I can't wear, clothes very much because,
His knees have to breathe.
my toxic cloth syndrome kicks in. And that's nothing to joke about.
Well, you're wearing it now, so I feel like it's not like life and death.
Well, you say that, but that's the prejudice that we have to live with. Those of us who suffer in silence.
Oh God.
What?
Edmonton's negative 40.
Urgh.
Absolutely not.
Urgh.
Absolutely not.
Urgh. The Bay Area. Howdy, howdy. Manny Marino. Howdy, howdy.
Ugh, too cold.
Got some projects going. Let's see. We're going to go live in a little less than 2 minutes. Show you some of the stuff I got going. I guess if you guys have been watching some of the other videos. So this is those 6 tiles that I made for a dungeon not too long ago. But this week I added the 3 hallway sections. So I have 3 hallway pieces to create this central hallway that runs down through the middle and connects them. And then slowly I intend to continue expanding on this. It's kind of one of those work in progress that I hope that I can just keep working on a little bit at a time.
Well, and it's
and
nice that
keep
it's
expanding
modular.
on. Right. It's not locked down. All of these pieces
It's
come
easier to
apart.
store.
Right.
And
Yeah. Stacks up easy.
yeah.
And then this is another project. I don't know if I've actually posted any pictures about this one yet. So another little something that I got in the works over here for like some just for some cool little terrain that I want to do. So that's ready to now be painted. So at this point, there isn't any paint on it. It's all about just getting it all glued together right now, but I'll get some paint on it. I was actually planning on doing some painting, but since I spray paint it,
you can spray paint.
yeah, I'm not gonna try and do any spray painting right now. Let's see. A little less than 1 minute until we hit that go live time. I hope everybody is getting ready for Christmas or is already ready, right?
Hopefully.
We have hallways are always cool. Look awesome. Thank you guys so much. Marty Devine up in Chicago. Bri G, thank you for joining tonight. Pagum. Thank you for joining us. Thank you all. Thank you all so much. Red mist over there in Tucson, Arizona. What's the temperature like in Tucson there, Gregory? What are we looking at over there? New Mexico. DW is down there in New Mexico. I don't know if they're as cold as I lived several years down in Texas, and it gets bitterly cold down there. Just it's a different kind of cold. I don't know. It's a dry cold. And then the ice, just like it's not that nice fluffy snow like you might get up north somewhere, but it's just like this, like sheets of ice just come down and go, nobody move or you die.
Yeah, that sounds right. Hey, look, it's 8:01.
And then of course, they're completely unprepared for it, so they don't really, the road crews and stuff don't really handle it very well, and it gets crazy.
It's only 50 degrees in South
San Fran.
Fran.
50 in San Fran. We
Oh.
have the dry desert cold.
Oh.
Gregory says 40 degrees, 18 overnight. And thank you for joining the Pulp Alley Weather Channel.
I'd sacrifice
evening.
a goat for it to be 50 degrees.
That's why we can't keep animals around here. She wants to, and this is no joking matter, she wants to get pigs and keep them on the what is it, the East Acre.
Yep.
Yep. She's.
You can't tell. Now I can't get pigs.
Now I can't tell what. Now you can't get pigs. Can people know you want to get pigs?
You know why I wanted to get pigs.
Well, I didn't tell them why. I just said you wanted to get pigs. The whys are that would be bad. Sacrifice pig minis. Oh, you stay away from my pig minis.
Yeah, those would work.
You stay away from my pig minis. All right, here we go. If you haven't already, hit that like button for us. If you're not a subscriber, you ought to be. Get subscribed to our silly little channel here. And if you are already a subscriber, then hit that bell. Hit that bell so that you'll get a notification when we upload a new video, and you can be the first on your block to proudly say the next time you're out rolling your stick and hoop down the street, you could say you were the first in your neighborhood to watch the newest episode of Pulp Alley Theater.
That's big time.
That's big. That's big. So a couple big news items about the Kickstarter. Bessy sent out emails to everybody that was part of the Kickstarter, that was either a sidekick or the leader level, and it sent you a link. So all you have to do is follow that link and you can download all of the digital files. So that is ready for you. If for some reason you don't find the email, if for some reason you can't get something to download, reach out to Bessy because she wants to hear from you. But be nice. They don't call her the world's most dangerous for nothing.
That's true. I'll just sacrifice your goats.
Oh, protect the goats. So this is something that Bessy doesn't know about yet. So this is brand new news that just came in, hot off the wire. Ba-bam! The prototypes, the proof decks have already printed and are en route. And according to the tracking, they were scheduled to be delivered today. They were not delivered today. No surprise there. But they should be delivered very soon. So as soon as we have the proofs in our grubby little paws, and we can look through the cards and say, yeah, those are okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's close enough. Because that's what we go for. What we go for, we aim for, that's close enough. So that's pretty exciting, though. So the decks, the actual physical decks are on the way. We will, hopefully they'll show up tomorrow. I'm hoping. Maybe not.
Maybe Monday.
Maybe the next day or the next day or the next day or maybe Monday. Does probably sound more likely at this point. We'll see. but darn exciting.
It's
It's nice.
very
It's nice to
exciting.
know that they're actually en route, because as soon as we can verify the proofs, then we can order everybody's the actual cards for
Mm-hmm.
everybody, and keep that ball moving forward. So that's pretty freaking exciting. Um, Sunday game. So this is the table that we're going to be using for Sunday. Is this little dungeon set here? You can go and switch. Okay, there you go. So it's a brand new scenario that I'm working on, just for this setup, just for these characters, and we're gonna give it away free. We're gonna give away this scenario free as a Christmas gift to you all. So watch us, join us on Sunday. What is Sunday? When is Christmas?
Sunday.
Christmas is Sunday. So join us on Christmas. Nothing more, um, more better, more betterer than watching a Pulp Alley slugfest on Christmas morning. You know what? Gather the family together and make it a Christmas tradition. Sing Christmas songs while you watch the carnage. What?
Nothing.
What?
It was not important.
Okay. All right. We're moving on. I haven't actually got the scenario finished yet as far as the design on it yet, but this is the basic setup. I'm working on the special rules and the cards for it. So we're going to have that scenario. So we'll have a little bit of a thing on Sunday. Mortis 005, yes, indeed. Mortis 005 painted up these beautiful miniatures that we are using. Those are some of them there, and then we have this little group here. He didn't paint this one. That was something else. But he look at those beautiful figures by Mortis 005. These figures, I believe, are this one is a Lucid Eye, but Mortis painted this one also. And then he also did these Red Box Games miniatures, which is the rest of these kind of Nordic Vanir, something like that sort of thing. So very, very cool. And then the old lady in there who shows up in a lot of my games because it's the only one I have. So she gets recruited a lot. Okay. So on Sunday we'll tell you how to get the free scenario that we're going to be giving away. We're going to be playing the scenario, and then if you want the scenario, we'll make it available to you as a PDF. I don't know that we'll actually print cards for it. I guess maybe we could do a pre-order and do it that way. Just if folks want the printed cards, it would be nice to have some, I guess.
Yeah. But yeah, I think a pre-order would probably be good.
Terrain projects. So I talked about that already, but I think I did it some of it before the deal. So I want to keep expanding on this dungeon. What do you guys think? I would have really liked to have had a big hall area. So this is more like trying to represents the back area of the keep or the manor or something like that. Not the great hall, or not the for the lord, but kind of the back area where storage rooms and a little prison area and things like that. Wine cellar and stuff. So we have one door here on this one, so this would lead out probably to the Great Hall directly or something like that. So, and then I have this little set of stones. They're going to be standing stones that I'm working on over here, made out of tree bark. So you all recognize that stuff, hopefully, or probably. That's just tree bark.
I've heard about it.
And I've had this stuff sitting around for like a couple of years, at least 3 years. I ordered this box of tree bark, and it sat for about 3 years before I actually started trying to do anything with it. But that's the way it works sometimes. It's the projects that I tend to work on the most are the ones that I want to use next week, right? Unless I'm going to use it next week, I probably don't get to it.
How does this break apart?
What?
Somebody asked how this breaks apart.
Oh, it's relatively small, so I'll show you the pieces. each room is separate. Each hallway piece is separate, like that. So those are the what is it now? 9 individual pieces.
Mm-hmm.
So there you have it right there. So that's it. That's all it is. And of course, these are made out of the Hearst molds pieces. The Hearst molds. I cast the blocks, and then they're each individually glued together to make this stuff. There's a like a little bit of a cardboard backing piece on the back there, and a number, so I know where that goes in the basic plan, because otherwise I would get confused. Okay. All right. So that was talking about the terrain projects. I'd like to know what y'all are working on. Is anybody out there working on any terrain projects this time of year? I really wanted to do a Christmassy themed scenario, but the closest I could get on short notice was a winter themed. So this is going to be a winter themed scenario. Like there's a blizzard raging outside, and they're all kind of locked into this remote manor, this remote keep out on the frontier area, and so they're kind of bound inside this
Mm-hmm.
area. And then
With the horror.
don't give it away. And then something happens.
They know.
Damn it.
They know you.
What?
You are not happy unless there's
Carnage?
carnage.
Unless there's carnage? Hey, Lee Miniature Painting is on here. Thank you so much for jumping on here, buddy. Ptolemachus, working on a pyramid. Very cool. What are you making your pyramid out of, buddy? I'm outward. Orc terrain. Very cool. Orc terrain is fun to do. You can have a lot of fun with the orc terrain. Mortis005 is correct. It's very much like the Thing sort of idea here, which of course is a Christmas movie. But it's very much like our scenario from another world. It is different. It works quite a bit different than from another world, but a lot of similarities as well. Thing is low key. The Thing is low key, highly underrated. Okay. Into Africa. Very cool. Working on assorted scatter terrain. That's always good. That's always good. Oh, I saw that split rail fence that you were working on. I really liked that. And that's a fun one to do. Marty and his 3D printer, I tell you that, man. It stands about 3 feet tall, completely assembled. What is he talking about?
The pyramid.
Oh, good gosh. The pyramid is 3 feet tall. Hi, Chihuahua. So what's that make it? What's that make its sides? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's crazy. How big is that table for
Crazy
that?
cool.
Crazy cool. All right, I talked about the Sunday game. I talked about the free scenario. I talked about my terrain projects. Painting of the minis. So Mortis005 was kind enough to paint these for us. Absolutely bomb diggity, as the kids say. And here's another view of the bomb diggity painting. If you would
Stop saying that.
if you would like your miniature painting to be called bomb diggity, we'll sign up to paint some for us. We need lots of help in more ways than one, boys and girls. So if you'd like to paint some minis for us, we'd love to expand on what we have available to use during our Sunday games. So if you consider yourself a bomb diggity painter, send us a email or hit us up on Facebook. Scott, I haven't forgot about you. I know you already signed up to paint some for us, so we'll be sending some to you very shortly. So the the last thing, and then the same thing for the Sunday games. Um, here towards the end of the year, we tend to slip into like solo or me and Bessy mode a little bit more often because it just makes a little more sense when because the scheduling is so weird. But as we get into the next year, we're going to want you all to get involved again so we can start getting remote players. So if you'd like to get involved and play with us on a Sunday, we just had Nay play, we just had Sean Peck play. These are folks that haven't played very much at all, so don't feel like you have to be super experienced. This is all about just having fun and jumping on here and letting me kick the snot out of you. What? Don't what?
I wouldn't say that.
What? Okay, we can edit that out. We can edit
We'll
that
fix
part
it in
out.
post.
Okay, we'll fix that. We'll edit that part out. Get signed up and come and play with us, and we'll be kind and gentle to you. What?
I hope they kick the snot out of you.
They
And I'll
u-
do my best to help you do it.
They usually do. They usually do. I usually get the snot kicked out of me. But if you'd like to do it, send us an email or a Facebook message
Mhm.
and say, hey, I'd like to kick the snot out of Dave too.
And we'll welcome you aboard.
Get in line. Better eat your lunch.
Oh, I brought my lunch.
Don't bring your lunch. Better bring your lunch. The last thing I wanted to talk about was Sword and Sorcery Alleys. So, doing these kind of medieval sort of settings, these Dark Ages settings, has really got me excited about the idea of doing more with this sort of stuff. So, I'd like to kind of expand on this Dark Ages sort of early medieval um, setting a little bit. Maybe even so far as doing like a mini rule book, not like a big rule book, but maybe even like a short rule book that's just like the size of the quick start guide, something really small that could just kind of get started into the idea.
Mhm.
Because there are a few things that I would like to kind of do different.
Yeah.
I'd like to maybe do a few little things to kind of spice up that setting for a fantasy uh, Dark Ages sort of setting. So rather than it being straight Pulp Alley, maybe there will be some tweaks to it. Maybe
Mhm.
there will be a few different rules in there. So all of that stuff is still being play tested. And so we'll just kind of end up seeing where we get with it. But something that we're thinking about. And once we get far enough along on it, if somebody would like to maybe help out with some play testing on it and things like that, then would like to take a look at that. Some of the stuff that I'd like to look at is knocking people around a little bit more. I think it would be fun to have the models be pushed around a little bit, kind of based on things like clearly winning a fight. So if you clearly win a fight, even if they pass their health check or even if they aren't injured, what about just knocking them back an inch? I think that would be fun. Um, Other things like maybe expanding on the armor a little bit more too, so that there are more variations of armor. Um, Maybe looking at the weapons again and kind of fine tuning some of those weapon rules and looking at some of that stuff. Now, I actually really like some of the stuff that we have
Mhm.
already, the optional rules that we have already. As far as like the sword, I think it's a really good way to handle swords. The way we were
Yeah.
doing it last week for
Yeah.
Gunny, when you can remember. It's not a difficult thing. It's just a matter of remembering it. And even Sten's axe.
Yeah.
I like that
Mhm.
heavy rule where when you really wanted to throw that little extra damage in there, you had that capability of just really giving it all you had and going for it. And then I have, of course, there's a rule for range or long weapons like spears as well. So spears can be fairly effective weapons too. So we're looking at that sort of thing, looking at rules for shields, looking at rules for armor and different levels of armor, some padded and leather and some mail and yada, yada, yada. The one thing I don't like when I look at some games is I don't necessarily like when I'm gonna stop there.
Okay.
I'm gonna stop there
Okay.
because it's kind of late, and I want to wish everybody out there a very, very Merry Christmas. We're still going to be putting out videos for Friday and Saturday, and then on Sunday we'll be doing a live game. So I hope you will join us then. Remember, make it a family tradition. Play us out of here, Bessy. Good night, everybody. Thank you for playing along.